When you look at the research and the surveys and the statistics, the numbers are staggering at what poor communication is costing businesses. It shows up in lost productivity, lost time, and in low employee morale. Make sure that your team isn't avoiding the conversations that they should be having. If you know that you need to have a conversation, but you stop yourself from doing it, that is a mistake that you shouldn't be making in a business conversation. I know that sometimes you're shy or intimidated, or that maybe it feels a little awkward to walk up and introduce yourself to somebody, just as an example. But if you wait to have that conversation, it doesn't mean that the conversation goes away, but the opportunity associated with it might. Not only that, but you could be setting yourself up for an extra awkward exchange later on. Like in my role as a sports broadcaster, if I choose to ignore the guy who's on practice squad or the guy that never actually gets in the game because he's the third string player, because why would I need to talk to them? They're not contributing to the game that I just watched or the game that I'm going to cover tomorrow. But here's the thing, at some point in time, they might. And if that's the first time I have a conversation with them and introduce myself, that gets really awkward really quick. If you work in a business setting, just a normal 9-to-5 office setting, and you walk past the same person every day and you never bother to learn that person's name, and you think, no big deal, right? I'm just gonna get to work, sit down at my desk and do my job. Turns into a much bigger deal when the person you walked past and ignored for an entire year becomes your manager. Now there's an awkward conversation that could have just been avoided had you had the conversation from the beginning. Look, I know that sometimes it's scary, but there are ways to work at it. Don't let those opportunities pass you by. This is one of the topics that tends to come up often during my keynotes and training presentations. I've got specific strategies for overcoming that and improving conversations at work. I'd love to talk about what a customized presentation would look like for your team. Send me an email, jen@talksportytome.com.